This is gonna be some real shit. And I'm wearing a different sweatshirt, so you know things are different today. So this is about making space, being in alignment, letting go of. I think really it's gonna be about friendships. So I think a lot of us have some friendships that have just carried on over the years, haven't been in alignment, and we just perpetuate them because they're familiar. It's how it's been. We feel like we owe the other person something. We might feel guilt for even feeling the way we do. So today I had to be really honest with two different people. One is a more recent friendship that had become very much about the intellectual discussion of things. The person just wanted to be focused on that and not experiencing life, like I've talked about in so many videos. You have to experience it. This whole thing is about experience. That's the whole point. The road to enlightenment, or whatever you want to call it, is a road of experience and action and living in the moment. I just had to say, like, I'm not going to be available for these intellectual games, like explaining myself. I don't need to be explaining myself all the time to someone. I don't need to justify myself to anybody. I know what I'm doing, and that's all it's required. No one else knows what I'm supposed to be doing. Only I know. And any problem you have with what I'm doing is a problem you have within yourself. Like, so, it feels so good to say that. And so that happened. I kind of transmitted what I needed to say to the person. I kind of actually channeled some information that was coming through for him and shared that. And as far as I can tell so far, like, he didn't receive it, and it seems like we are at an impasse. And that's what happens when you stand in your truth and say what needs to be said, right? Alignment occurs. So either they meet you where you are or they leave. Either way, it's alignment for you and for them, right? Alignment happens for everyone when you stand in your truth completely. It will occur no matter what. And now the other person is who was in my friend group in high school. So this goes way back. What I would call was my oldest friend, or is. I don't know exactly what's gonna unfold still, but you know. And then became what I would call my self-proclaimed best friend. I just went along with that idea, even if it wasn't in alignment for me, and not that it was never in alignment. And this is the real fucking truth about this. The one time I really felt like it wasn't in alignment was when we were both having affairs and discussing that together, and really reinforcing the victimhood ideas between each other, right? It was totally a bullshit thing we were doing, but we were, like, really that person for each other at that time. And then he had an awakening, a shift, and decided to recommit to his family and his marriage, and my marriage exploded. And since then, we have been on totally different, massively divergent paths. I mean, I've been on this path of perpetual growth and expansion and discovery. And he's been making shifts in his life too, but we're just not, has no idea who I am. And I talked about, a phone call in an earlier video, sometime after I think I did the fundraiser, where he called me. I think he was kind of drunk and just like seeking mentally to express his worry and concern to me about my life choices, about whether or not I was a good father, like all these things. Bringing up stuff from the past about things we learned together that I should be like, this is how you should be living, James. This is what you should be doing. Why aren't you this way? Was what I received from that conversation. It's like, you have no idea who I am at all. Not even the slightest idea. You can't see me. You have no idea. And it's not my job to explain this to you. Like, I can't explain it to you. It's experiential. Like, it's impossible to intellectualize these things. Like, I don't have the energy or the time or the inclination to try to explain it to you, because I can't anyway, you know? And so I had to deliver that message today, and I don't even know what the response is going to be. But it'll be what it needs to be, right? And if either of these people watch this video, they'll be probably totally triggered by it. And that's what needs to happen. Like, I have to stand in my truth and in my power and say what is true for me, and how it hits other people is not my problem. That's their own thing, you know? They'll get exactly what they need out of it, whatever that is. And that's the truth. I'm not saying don't have compassion for how you communicate with people. I'm just saying be authentically you. That's your only job. It's my only job. It's, you know, it's everybody's only job. It's to be who you really are, without fear of what comes from that, of how it hits other people, of how they react. Like, that's not your job. You don't control that. You have no control over it. I can't control their reaction to my truth, like, out of my hands. So, yeah, it feels amazing to have taken these steps that seem to be making space, you know, in my life, in my friendships, probably for more aligned people that can see me and actually understand what I'm doing, and have a high regard for it, you know, for them to come into my life, maybe, or to make space for other things. You know, just because you have some friends next, it doesn't necessarily mean more friends come in next. It's just making space for the unknown, something new, something unknown, that's going to come in. And it's amazing, because every single time I've made space in whatever, you know, the conscious uncoupling, this thing that's happening now with friends, just getting rid of stuff, something new, unknown, and better is coming into your life to fill that space, always. It may not meet your expectations. It may not even necessarily seem better on the surface, but it's exactly what you need, and it's absolutely better for you. Absolutely. And it's trust. It's trust and surrender that's required to receive this new thing that is better for you, even if you can't see how. So it's trust to take the step to let go, and then it's trust that whatever's showing up is exactly what you need. And when you do that, magic happens in your life on a continuous basis, because that's what life is. It is love, and it is magic. Whew! All right. Thanks for listening.